How's it going, Jets fans? It's Ryan Moran here from Fireside Jets. Hope you're enjoying a big win from today. The Jets end up taking a thriller from the Buffalo Bills 20-17, arguably the best team in the NFL. The Jets go out and make a loud statement for themselves. Just couldn't be happier for this fan base, these players, coaches, the organization. So much progress up until this point. And to really, win a thriller like that today, I think goes such a long way for this team. Really promising day, and just couldn't be, more thrilled with where things are currently at. And I think for this one, you just start offensively with the game plan by Michael LaFleur, who deserves the game ball undoubtedly for this one. He really committed to the ground game for 4 full quarters. The Jets eclipsed 30 rushing attempts on the ground in this game. There was real balance. Michael Carter rushing it 12 times for 76 yards. James Robinson with 13 rushing attempts for 48 yards. So really good, efficiency on the ground. And obviously the offensive line as well with LaFleur, really deserving of a game ball. Really set the tone, gave Carter and Robinson lanes really routinely throughout the ball game. And when it mattered most, and the Jets were pinned back inside their own 10-yard line in the fourth quarter with the game tied up, they were really just able to run the ball at will. And the offensive line just brought it to the Bills front. And it was pretty incredible what the Jets were really able to do, running the football there on that game-winning drive. From there, I think another reason why you give LaFleur a game ball in this one, Zach Wilson just did not look comfortable the last couple of weeks, and it was a different story today. You got to give it up to LaFleur. Really kept it pretty easy. You saw Zach make good throws. He was definitely better today. Kept the mistakes at a minimum, just threw the ball away when things weren't there. And, when it mattered most, obviously, Zach, made a big connection there. And you got to give it up to Denzel Mims as well. Guy who just continues to work and, make the most of his opportunities there. With not a lot of time left, the Bills still having 3 timeouts. The Jets not quite at a goal to go situation yet, and really needing that first down there right around the 2-minute warning. And, Mims runs that slant round against the physical press coverage, ends up hauling in a big third down there, a statement type of a throw from Zach as well, to really force the Bills to use all 3 of their timeouts, take more time off of the clock. Obviously you don't want to leave them with any sort of time offensively. And really from there, just another awesome day from Garrett Wilson. This guy just continues to prove the star that he is. The Jets really put the passing game on his shoulders today. 8 catches for 92 yards. He was Zach's guy all game. And this Wilson to Wilson connection that we've wanted to see is really, these last 2 games, you're starting to see it, come together. And it's awfully exciting. Zach and Garrett have a ton of talent, and looking forward to them just continuing to build off of these last 2 games. From there, you take it to the defensive side of the ball. And obviously the Jets defense has attained a ton of success all year up until this point, but really needing to make that loud statement going up against a special type of a quarterback like Josh Allen today. And they rose up. They delivered. They stepped up to the challenge. You start up front, sacks from Quinn Williams, Jermaine Johnson, who had arguably his best game to date, which is really encouraging coming off of the injury. And what more can you say about Bryce Huff? Once again, this guy is a pass rushing specialist, comes in with that, fast first step get off. He's got the closing speed, the bend, the arsenal of moves. There's so much that Bryce Huff can do. And, that big sack there within, the final minute of the ball game really kind of putting the Bills in a very, unfavorable position to try and move the chains and give themselves any type of chance to kick a field goal. From there, just the corner duo of Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. Once again, going up against Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. That was a prime challenge for them. And they couldn't have stepped up and answered, to the test any better than they did today. You look at those final 2 drives, and they throw those, deep goal balls, against Reed, obviously on the second to last drive the Bills had. And then the final, really play the game there with Josh Allen moving out to his left, throwing that deep pass to Gabe Davis. And, you're seeing Sauce just stay in great position, stay poised, and use that length, use that physicality to his advantage to force an incompletion. Obviously, both those guys had pass breakups on the day. And you look at Sauce with the interception in the third quarter, obviously the Jets in the second half completely dominated on both sides. And the time of possession was something that they had to do a better job of in this ball game, and they certainly did. The Jets, obviously, coming out of halftime there it was like a 7 to 8 minute drive. They converted a couple of third downs. You saw Zach do some good things with his legs and moving forward, when receivers weren't open, and just that, strip sack, obviously the only turnover Zach had in the game, which was a tough bang play. It really seemed like it took a lot of momentum out of the Jets, but the Jets defense responded. Q with the big sack, and then Sauce with the interception, putting the Jets in position really right where they had it as they turned it over there. And, from that point, they took the lead, and, all the momentum was really on their side. And it was just an awesome day. You saw the special teams, really have a much better day. The defense, I mean, you definitely got to give them props as an elite unit at this point after a showing like that today. I mean, they made it awfully tough on Josh Allen. He really only beat him with his legs. I mean, that was really the only way that the Bills offense was able to muster up any sort of success. And the Jets did make some adjustments, as you saw in the second half, but obviously he's a tough, challenge, tall task to, really slow it down. Lastly, just with the offense, before we conclude here, I mean, a much better day from Zach Wilson. You wanted to see that. How would he respond, from a really tough game a week ago? And I think you have to be encouraged with what you saw. Obviously they leaned on the ground game, which is the formula for this team, no doubt about it. Minimizing mistakes, which Zach did, obviously with his arms today, getting the ball out when nothing was there. I think his accuracy in certain situations was definitely where he would have liked it to have been. And just relying on these guys, the Michael Carters, the Garrett Wilsons of the world, continue to, trust these guys. And the more the Jets do that, I mean, that's the formula. Really play great defense and special teams. Keep ahead of the chains from a down and distance standpoint. Convert some third downs like they did. And this team can really be tough to stop, as you see today. And it's an awesome win, 6-3 going into the bye week. Pump for this team, pump for the fan base, and let's just keep it going. I mean, this was an awesome division win, a big statement made by the Jets today. And hope you all enjoy this win. We'll see you tomorrow.